So we've all seen spiralized courgette and tomato sauce, right? That's a raw food 101 thing, but I wanted to kind of revisit this and do something a little bit more substantial and a little bit different with it and add a couple of extras, which is what I'm going to show you how to do now with this zucchini bolognese. We're going to start off with our tomatoes because we're going to make a tomato sauce out of the fresh tomatoes and our sun-dried tomatoes. So just a rough chop on these tomatoes. The Vitamix is going to handle that perfectly well. Take a small amount of these soaked sun-dried tomatoes. Just do a little bit of a chop on those to help the blender break those down. Let's put a few more in there. Now you can just follow your recipe and you'll be fine. I'm eyeballing this a little bit, so when you get to that stage, what we're looking for here is a firm enough tomato sauce that isn't too watery. And the way that you do that is by, if it's too loose, if it's too watery, then you can add more sun-dried tomatoes, and the other way around. If it's too firm, then you add more soak water or you add more fresh tomatoes. So I'm actually just going to add a little bit of the soak water in here now. See how that goes. I'm going to pop in a clove of garlic, which all we really need to do is just take the outer layer off. A little bit of lemon juice. It's quite acidic with those tomatoes anyway, so you don't need too much lemon juice in there. Okay, let's blend this up. It's looking like a good consistency. I don't know if you can see that in there. And what we'll find is over the next few minutes, just any excess liquid should drain off into the bowl. I don't know if you've ever found that yourself, that when you make tomato sauce, it just kind of sits in a pool of water. In fact, there's some water in there now, so I'll just let that drain off. See how we go. Okay, let's put that to one side. So we're going to take our peeled carrot and parsnip. Those in. A little bit of courgette. I'm actually just going to leave the skin on for this one. Some soaked sunflower seeds. A few extra of these beautiful succulent sun-dried tomatoes. We've got one of my favourite herb seasonings here, which is an Italian herb mix. And a couple of tablespoons of this fresh basil. So I'm literally just going to tear that off the stalks. And then just a touch of this cold pressed olive oil. Okay, so pulsing that down, I'm not turning it into baby food, I'm not turning it into complete mush. We've got plenty of texture there still, which is exactly what we want for when we add the tomato sauce. So we're going to take another bowl. Let's do half the recipe here. Come back to our tomato sauce, which, as you can see, just in the bottom there, we've got rid of all of that extra liquid. So I'm going to take about half of this, let's put that over there. Mix this in. So I'm going to have a taste test for salt. For me, that's great as it is. I do like salt, but that is perfect as it is. So let's put that to one side, create a little bit of room here for ourselves. If you've yet to get one of these, and hopefully this recipe will be your initiation into the wonderful world of spiralizing, and you'll go out and get yourself one. Okay, so now we've got these beautiful long strands of zucchini or courgette spaghetti. I was just saying to someone the other day, I used to get a round of applause for this, but it's so commonplace now that it's everyone's seen spiralizing, it's not as impressive anymore. The next thing I'm going to do is get some spinach in here. Good couple of handfuls of spinach, cold pressed olive oil, salt, and then we're just going to massage that in. This is going to have the effect of wilting this down and kind of almost like it's been steamed, lightly steamed. Then we're going to add to that our spaghetti, and then to that we're going to add in some of our bolognese sauce. And let's grab our plate for serving. Now, that could be it, but we're just going to finish this off with something a little bit special. Small bowl, macadamia nuts, you only need a few of them. Very fine grater, so this is a microplane, and we're just going to grate our macadamias with the microplane into the bowl. We're going to make like a macadamia parmesan. Couple of taps. And we've got this beautiful fluffy macadamia mixture, which you could use just like that, but actually a little bit of salt in there. And then some nutritional yeast. So this is like a cheesy, inactive yeast. I'm going to pop that in there, and I'm just going to crush it between my fingers into a powder as it goes in. Then we'll take a spoon, just mix that around, get it all incorporated, get the salt all in there as well. A little sprinkle of this just before you serve. Look at that, just finishes it off so beautifully. There we go, there's a beautiful courgette pasta dish, a little bit of a take on the traditional courgette zucchini spiralized dish that you might see. A bit more substance to that one, so enjoy.